the new start time. Tomb of Annihilation, episode 13. Unlucky 13, maybe? I don't know. We'll find out.
I hope not.
With us this evening, we have Jay playing both Gilgamesh and Tychus.
Hello.
We have Bunsen playing Nock.
Hello.
And we have Bren playing Noname.
Yo!
We last left our characters in a mountainside cave where they had dispatched a group of Yuan Ti who were very eager to see them brought in and questioned.
And also very mutated, apparently.
Also, yes, some of them were not precisely regular looking.
So
our party had in fact finally found the lost city of Omu when they during our last session, and that is where they find themselves, at the city entrance in a cave.
I can't help but notice that this is called Expansive Cavern. As far as we're aware, this is the only room, and I feel like there's no way this is all there is to the cave. Just saying, I can't help but notice.
Did you open the cavern map?
Yeah, I went through images and maps and opened it.
Oh, okay.
That's where we are, actually. With what?
It looks like you turned on the mode where you have to approve attempts to move.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what was going on there. I don't know how I turned that on, but
It's probably handy if there's.
or it might have been because you were in the map before I was.
Really?
Yeah, you said
no,
you.
That's still the case. It looks like.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing. No idea how I turned that on, but anyway, it's kind of interesting.
Anyway.
So, everybody cave, Omu.
Yes.
What would you like to do from here?
I think we were just about to investigate the connection between the amulet, this circle here.
Yeah. That's what we ended on investigating.
Okay.
To be clear, not the amulet that would have supposedly reactivated that guardian, but the one that we got from the wearable.
Right, the wooden amulet from the werebore.
Yeah.
So you see,
Who has the amulet right now, actually?
I have it.
Which you?
The responsible one.
Tychus.
Tychus, okay. So if Tychus were to take out the amulet and look at it, they'd notice that the primary symbol on the amulet is actually repeated over and over on the shrine.
Is it like a instance where it's like I could push it into it, or no?
No, it's just the same engraving.
When you say shrine, is this not just is this like a particularly tall platform, or is it kind of almost only barely taller than the floor?
It's the platform itself is probably 4 feet high. It's got steps up around it.
Gotcha. That's a lot higher than I thought.
Each of those steps you see around it is probably about a foot tall.
Gotcha. Those are big steps.
They are, actually, because it's like 8 inches that I think is the standard for.
Well, I'm going to turn to I'm going to turn to Tychus and kind of like make a motion. Like if you're holding the amulet, I like motion to the amulet.
He's lost in thought. He doesn't really know what to make of it because he's not actually very smart.
Tychus, would you like me to help look at?
If you could, perhaps.
Go move over next to Tychus and attempts to assist investigating. And by that I mean you might want to help assist me because I think my investigation is plus 4.
Yeah, my investigation is not great.
All right. So should I roll investigation then? With advantage?
Go for it.
That is a natural 20.
I see that.
Excellent start.
So you see that the symbol that's on the amulet is primarily concentrated on the largest statue in the center of.
Like there's statues here?
Within the shrine, you know.
I actually wasn't aware that there were statues on the shrine.
I don't think anybody crossed over it before everybody went around it, so it didn't really matter.
Is that blue glowy thing a statue then?
Yeah, that would be like the central largest one.
What do these statues look like?
Okay, let's see. One of them, where is the thing I'm looking for? Okay. They all look like various creatures that are native to Chult. With the exception of the center one.
How many are around the center?
There are 9 surrounding the center one.
What's special about the middle one, aside from it glowing?
The middle one just looks... hang on. Yeah, the middle one just kind of looks mostly human, but some sort of almost as if a human body were fashioned from energy.
Does it look like material? Does it look like it has physical form, or does it look like ethereal?
I mean, the representation obviously has physical form. Because this is an inert place of worship kind of thing.
Gotcha. So what did I find with my natural 20 investigation?
So you see this ethereal... Well, not ethereal, but like... You see this humanoid aspect thing in the center, surrounded by 9 creatures that are all native to Chult, of various types. I could describe them all if you'd like, but I would need to look up all of their things.
I imagine they're mostly like dinosaur-y creatures.
Not entirely. So, you see one thing you definitely recognize. You've run into them twice now.
Is it
the drop bears?
Right, the drop bears.
You also see among the group a quite psychotic-looking monkey. A jaguar that also appears to be suffering from a mild case of being part Medusa.
Hmm. Did I investigate anything in particular that seemed to connect the amulets to this shrine?
I mean, apart from the amulet's very rudimentary because it's a wooden amulet. It basically just has the symbol that's etched into the center, uh, like etched on the center being on
So
it.
what you're saying is I didn't find anything that seems like this could activate something about the shrine.
No, the shrine seems entirely inert.
Hmm. That glowing would have made me think otherwise.
It would have, wouldn't it?
Well, Tychus, doesn't look like this amulet will be activating relating to this circle here, or any of the statues within it.
Interesting.
Do you think those snake people made these statues? I imagine it might be difficult if some of them had snakes.
They mentioned leading us to someone in charge. Perhaps perhaps those people are the ones. Hmm. It definitely it definitely seems like there's some kind of organized faith going on.
I'm gonna look around. Does it look like there's anywhere, like any crevices or hallways in this cave that it looks like they would have led us through?
No, it seems like the only entrance and exit are the one you came through.
Well, where do you suppose this leader is?
Hmm.
Can I walk up to the center statue and investigate it in particular for anything of interest? Like any switch or activation or slot or anything?
You are certainly welcome to.
Alright. I'd like to approach the statue in the middle and investigate it.
Okay.
You want me to roll again or
You will keep rolling with that nat 20. You find nothing that indicates that the statue would in any way activate. You do find a very, very long section of script engraved on a tablet at its back.
hmm.
However, it's, I believe, in a language you would not recognize.
Yeah, it wouldn't
Um,
happen to be common dwarvish, would it?
it would not. It is. So you see a long tablet of cuneiform writing.
I don't think I would know what that like.
That's not that's just the method it was
Oh,
like.
gotcha.
The language itself would be Old Omoan. But
There's some sort of tablet on the back of the statue in the middle, though I can't read the script. Tychus, could you give this a look? Is this something you could read?
Uh, what language would I have to know to understand it?
you would have to know Old Omoan. Or you would have to have the cloistered scholar or sage background.
Uh, Best I can do is flute proficiency.
No, Name, you wouldn't happen to have comprehend languages or anything, would you?
Mm,
I don't say that in character. I don't suddenly
What
change.
what backgrounds work again? Because I have a feeling.
Was that cloistered scholar or sage?
Yeah, neither of my guys would work with that.
nope.
Don't look at me. I have the criminal/spy background. Well,
I
I'm
am-
gonna
That's why you were hiding from combat. You weren't trying to save your butt. You were trying to look for the right time to steal.
I mean, it's awfully presumptuous of you to think that the only thing I ever think of is stealing.
I'm just going based on your background.
Anyway, in character, I'm gonna say, well, unless anyone has any bright ideas on any way we can interact with these or find any walkways anywhere in here, I think we have a dead end cabin.
Hmm.
Well, perhaps we'll find something more in the city.
Could be dangerous. Are you
I mean,
fucking kidding me? You're gonna say it's dangerous now?
I'm wondering if that approval thing wasn't something that happened with the update, because I didn't fuck with any settings.
that's something that Chev's done before. I know that's a setting that's
Well, I wonder
for
if
a
it's
while.
like the fact that it's a default now is.
Oh.
I don't know. Whatever. Just means I have to pay more attention.
In character, actually, I'm gonna take out the piece of parchment pad that I wrote the graffiti on from the guard building. It says, "Fear the fangs of Rossini." Rossini, that was the one lizard person that told us to go here, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Did we meet Rossini? I think I remember one of the graffiti things you said that we.
We met like the snake prophet in the past, or in the pocket dimension, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Well, some of you.
I was gonna say that one I can't actually answer because that was something that occurred before I was running stuff, and I did not do my homework entirely because I'm bad.
Um, the stuff that I've written is Fear the Fangs of Rossini. Eric, I've gone in a search of the Nine Shrines. V. You said there were nine around here, right? Actually,
Yeah, I said there were 9 creatures surrounding
the
the.
puzzle cubes. Yeah, the puzzle cubes are the key. Beware the frog monster. Who is Unk? Question mark. All hail the King of Feathers. The snakes are not what they seem. Kubazan equals bravery. Shagambi equals wisdom. Moa equals question. So I'm looking at this parchment they wrote these notes on, and I say to say to the group, actually, some of the graffiti we went over might be related to this. It says here, Eric, I've gone in search of the Nine Shrine V. These could be 9 shrines that I talked about.
Hmm. Could be.
I mean, it's very obvious it's not a coincidence. We're here, it's something about a 9 shrines, like, it makes the most sense.
Well, you
My-
didn't have to go very far.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, how related are each of the notes here? Are they all about this area, or is the only note from the graffiti pertaining to here this note, which doesn't really tell us anything?
Mm.
Are there puzzle cubes we have to look for and bring here or something? Are any of these statues named Kubazan or Gambi or Moa or anything?
Hmm.
Do we know the names of any of the creatures that have statues here?
If you can read Old Omuan, you probably could figure it out.
I don't think any of us can.
I think we've already beat that one to death, but
Yeah.
that's what all the writing on this thing is in. So,
Well, anyone else find anything else in this cave?
Hmm. Not really. Just rocks.
Hmm. And should we head back out and go investigate the city?
Hmm. I say we go investigate the city. It makes the
Alright.
most sense.
I'm gonna leave the cave with Noname then.
Yeah, we'll follow.
all right. So you find yourself back overlooking the building where you saw that graffiti.
Alright. Unless there's anything new here, I guess we're gonna continue downwards to the city proper.
Hmm.
All right, sounds good. Don't need that table anymore. I need to get out the Omu tables. All right.
That's dice.
That's dice.
I always hate it when you just silently roll dice.
I'm sorry. Well, most of it's for most of the time the silent rolling of dice is for an encounter or not in tune.
I'm
Quite
aware.
frankly.
Yeah, and that's why we're nervous.
Like, it's a very. It's too bad it's not an in-person session, because then we could hear the unprompted clattering and just slowly look over.
I think that's supposed to simulate the equivalent of that.
Yeah, it does. It does make some sort of clattering.
Well, on your side, maybe, but you don't hear it.
Okay. So this is interesting because this isn't actually combat, but it is kind of combat.
Uh-oh.
Uh, let's see, 2d4 of them. So
Uh-oh.
see how many tries they get.
I think you should stop talking out loud. You're spoiling possibly what's going to happen.
Well, there are actually only 2 of them.
What
So,
is them?
you see 2 gargoyles flying down from the cliffs with a net between them.
Oh.
Um,
Alright. You're gonna lose a character here.
So,
I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Someone's gonna get gargoyle napped.
so we're gonna go on a D4, a 1 through 4, just across the top of the screen in the order the characters are.
Alright, who has to make the dex save?
Hopefully me, because I can probably take it.
And that's gonna be Gilgamesh. I need a dex save,
Uh-oh.
please.
Wait,
Hey,
I don't think...
Gilgamesh's dex is actually pretty damn good, so...
I don't think
How
they can
heavy is
carry...
Gilgamesh is a better
Yeah.
question.
What's
I
that?
don't think they can carry Gilgamesh.
I hate Tomb of Annihilation so goddamn much.
You've played this before?
No, that's a check. It wasn't a save.
Yeah, that
No,
was a...
things
You gotta
made it.
redo that. Because you did do a check, not a save.
Oh, that's not much better.
Well.
It's the same number anyway.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Well.
How heavy is Gilgamesh?
Actually, yeah. How heavy is Gilgamesh?
Did I put his weight in?
Because that suddenly matters.
Yeah.
Well,
I imagine
I don't
he's heavy
know.
as fuck.
Let me go look up average Warforged weight and add a bit onto that.
This
I mean,
this
Nock is a little
now
light for a
this
Warforged.
now
That's
matters.
270 to 300 pounds.
I hate this fucking jungle.
This now matters because, well, at least as anybody watching the stream can see, our wonderful gargoyles rolled a nat 20.
The base weight of a Warforged is 270, but Gilgamesh is a particularly large gargoyle.
Gargoyle?
Gilgamesh is a gargoyle
Warforged.
now. Ah.
Yeah, he is. Congratulations.
Gargoyle lycanthropy.
I was a gargoyle the whole time. Yeah. He's probably about 300, 325-ish.
Okay. Each gargoyle.
He's not in any armor, but he does have 2 weapons and a shield on him. So altogether, probably about 350 for the whole ensemble, if I were to ballpark it.
Okay.
Bye, Gilgamesh.
Strength score multiplied by 15 is your carrying capacity. So each gargoyle can lift 225. Yeah.
I think Nock might get her wish after all.
Knock! This is why you don't say that shit out
Steal
loud!
one of my fucking characters! How are we gonna shoehorn a replacement in this way?
Nock didn't say that out loud. I was joking.
Are they gonna bring another one back?
Nock was. I was joking, and Nock doesn't say that.
So the gargoyles swoop down and cover you with the net that's between them and fly off.
I mean,
give me investigation?
what's
What?
their why investigation?
Wouldn't that be perception? Because he doesn't have.
Who is investigating?
He wanted to know the material of the net.
Oh, I don't think Nock would be looking for that.
Okay.
Importantly, fucking, like, when is initiative rolled here? When they put the net on me?
Yeah, actually, I suppose that would be the time to do it. So.
Do we all roll initiative or just Gilgamesh?
It'll be.
I'd say. I mean, do you guys care?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give Gilgamesh. Let's do. Do we have him skip a turn? Do we have him roll with disadvantage? What do we do here?
I'd say roll with disadvantage because netted.
Nothing but net. Oh, that is.
Did you see me drop the 2?
I did.
Drop the 2. I hate Tomb of Annihilation.
I got natural 20.
I accidentally seem to have. Yeah, I rolled Gilgamesh's initiative again.
Oops.
Oh.
Fixed.
Fucking goddamn piece of shit.
Can't believe, in comparison, I got a natural 20 on the first roll this session.
Those are way too big
I
on
stole
the
all
map.
of your luck.
Those are way too big on the map. That map, because it's not really a combat map. I was gonna try to get away with it, but where did they go? I'm losing all my windows. There they are. Can I just? No, I cannot do that. That's a shame. Maybe. There we go. Alright. Whoops.
Who fucking pissed off these gargoyles anyway?
Probably the cave, or coming out of the cave, There's the menu I was looking for, god damn it. After I, Alright, so first up we have Knock. Actually, ignore the fact that Tychus is highlighted.
Alright.
Where's
By the
map
way,
at?
player map Omu.
Oh, were you not in when I linked that?
I'm on player map Omu.
That, like, I don't think we're on like a combat map right now.
Oh, fair.
If that's what you mean.
Let's find something combat worthy for a city real quick.
Also, is Noname the only character that has damage right now?
I
Yeah,
think so. Noname was kind of picked on hard in that snake fight.
I think like Tychus or Gilgamesh took like 1 point of damage, I remember. Or they took like 1 hit to snap out of the suggestion spell.
Might have. Let's see here.
If that wasn't the case, I think they were probably close to full health anyway.
Okay, this works. If I can unmask it here. Alright. Look, I've found our new combat map for Omu. Come on, put it on there. There it is.
I think you need to put our tokens
Yeah, I
on
do.
there so
I'm
we can
getting
see.
there. Knock. Tychus. Noname. Gilgamesh. Being flown between 2 gargoyles. Alright.
So you said, by the way, you might want to press short rest really quick, just to restart the round number.
I think that
thing?
also resets initiatives.
Ah. Never mind then.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll deal with it when actually what?
But
17 17 9 7 4 3. Actually, we can do this. Doesn't matter that round 6 is the round. It's at the top of the order. So,
Yeah. Also, what, Brim?
pro advice, because they're within 5 feet of Gilgamesh, I guess that arguably counts as they're in combat, so you still have sneak attacks. Have fun.
Hey, nice.
They are certainly engaged with him.
You don't have to hide to get sneak attacks, Bunsen.
But where's the fun in that?
They just have to not be paying attention to you.
Why do you think that I want to stay out of combat entirely now? I get the impression that you don't trust me as a character or a player.
No, I just like for you to stop spending your first turn hiding.
There's nowhere to hide, and also they're getting away.
Thank you.
Alright, well. It looks like my crossbow damage and rapier damage is the same. So. I'm going to quickly react. I'm going to lift up my arm, and I'm going to shoot, let's say, Gargoyle 1 with a crossbow shot.
okay.
That is a natural 1.
I hate you. I fucking hate you.
Hang on, I do not have inspiration. Well, I tried.
Got anything else?
Not unless you let me attack as a bonus action.
I don't know that you can. Unless you
Yeah,
have a thing that says you can, but...
Yeah, I was joking. I don't think I
Fair.
can.
Alright.
Well, I tried.
Well, so the gargoyles are actually going to act together. Because
I imagine so.
they're not
They're just gonna
attacking.
pick my ass up and leave.
So we're gonna say that even between the two of them, their fly speed is cut in half with the burden.
I would imagine so, given that it's not even a significant advantage, plus I'm struggling. It's like a grapple.
Right. So they, as well as... How do I get it to... What is it? That's not what I was trying to do. Whatever. We'll just move them into... I was trying to get them all selected and move them individually. But anyway, 5, 10, 15... I gotta do math now. So they are going to... Let's see here. Sorry. Gotta do math. It's actually, you know what? I'm just gonna estimate the math. It doesn't have to be perfect. Fuck it. So they're going to fly about... it'll wind up being... 20 feet away and 10 feet up.
That's 1d6 bludgeoning if he falls.
Alright, help!
And that is their turn.
God hasn't decided I'm allowed to cut this net yet!
I think you might still be in shock, I think would be the argument.
Tychus.
Well, I mean, I've got it. Might as well use it. I'm gonna walk forward a bit.
They're 10 feet in the air, by the way.
Yeah.
They are 10 feet in the air.
I am going to... Yep, I am going to attack with Witch Bolt.
Okay.
Is that under spell?
Yep. Alright, so that is a spell attack. Ranged spell attack against a creature. I add the casting fucking thing with it to that, right?
Yeah, that'll be for Witch Bolt.
I get +5 to hit. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Reh.
Oh my god. Jay, come on.
I don't want to fucking play anymore.
Which RNG's cereal did you spit in this morning?
If I roll a nat 1 on Gilgamesh's turn, I'm leaving.
I think Gilgamesh might be leaving.
I'm gonna fucking use my... No, I can't use my action surge.
Why not? Oh,
Because
didn't get a
we haven't
rest?
taken a rest yet.
That's also a thing. Could have stayed in
you
the cave
decided
and
to-
done so.
No, because everybody wanted to go fucking explore the town. That was probably also full of monsters when we hadn't bothered to rest yet. Whatever, that's my fucking turn.
No, Nave, what you got?
Moonbeam level 3.
Okay.
Won't that hurt Gilgamesh too? Isn't it
Yes.
AoE?
If I don't target it Gilgamesh, yeah. It's a 5-foot square. I could just take the 5-foot square that the gargoyle's on, basically.
Oh.
So we'll go with that one.
Alright, but no,
Has to do a con save. 16, by the way.
Okay.
Alright, but come on, this has to hit.
That is a 14, so it fails.
I guess I'll roll damage. 19.
19 damage, just to number 1, or did you target the square that would...
Number 1,
hurt?
because I can't target both of them. There's 5 feet between them.
Gotcha.
But if I knock 1, there's a good chance they'll drop him.
So it is a 5-foot radius, not just a 5-foot square. So if you hurt Gilgamesh with it, you can hurt both gargoyles. But
Don't do that.
He's a heavy fuck, so I think as long as we can take out one.
okay.
I don't think they can carry him away with just one
and
rope.
it's going to make another con save, much like a concentration. So the moonbeam hits it, and some rock chips off of its shoulder a bit. But the claws that are wrapped in the net stay steady, as does its flying speed.
How far up is it in the air?
Currently, they are 10 feet up.
So I could be underneath them. Then I'm
You
going
could.
to try to keep up with them.
Yes, you could in fact be underneath them.
So here would technically work. Ish, kinda. The moonbeam would be on me then, so...
Yeah, I was
maybe-
gonna say, you don't want to walk into your own moonbeam.
Yeah. That should be solid, so I can keep up.
Alright.
Let's see, do I have any bonus actions I can drop on y'all? Let's see.
Can you spend a bonus action to heal yourself? You're still a little hurt there.
Yeah, well, life. I don't really have much else going on, but I am at least putting a dent in him. Go ahead, I guess.
Gilgamesh, you're in a net.
So, hypothetically speaking, how much HP does this net have?
Hypothetically speaking,
Rope usually has the equivalent of
If
2
I were
HP.
to say combust the entire net at once,
If it's made of rope,
da,
I
da, da,
believe
da, da,
rope has
da.
2 HP.
let's see, it is 5 HP against slashing.
Ah.
is it particularly vulnerable against fire?
I'd say that fire would be vulnerable to fire.
If I were to simultaneously combust the entire net at once, would that work?
You would risk burning yourself.
I mean, no, I wouldn't because that's my fucking rage.
Oh, also fair.
So I'm just gonna fucking rage and activate my Storm Aura to deal 3 fire damage to everything within 10 feet of me.
Okay. You fall to the ground and take 1 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
Wow! That's actually That's not too bad as far as fall damage goes. That's
And the
The
gargoyles,
gargoyles also take 3 damage.
the gargoyles take 3 apiece, and then they instantly jet straight up in the air as 350 pounds worth of Gilgamesh is no longer being carried by them.
I have to say they chose their target poorly.
Yeah.
They kind of.
Yeah, that was literally the best fucking case scenario. Like, if they had grabbed No Name, we were fucked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if the.
I don't have any flyers yet.
Well, and if they'd grabbed Noname, then I would have said
No, wait.
probably closer to cut 10 feet off their fly speed instead of cut in half.
I just realized that if they had grabbed me, I would have had a plan.
At any rate, the gargoyles fly off, without assaulting the party any further.
Here we go.
I fucking hate Tomb of Annihilation.
You sound like you've had experience with Tomb of Annihilation.
No, well, I've had this experience with Tomb of Annihilation, and that's enough to bear hatred. Like, any other campaign, you can get away with a bad roll. In Tomb, you bung a roll, you fuck the party for the entire combat.
Yeah.
It is very unforgiving, and I'm almost getting a little sick of it.
At any rate, I assume
At any
that the
rate,
party
let's-
would like to sleep?
Yeah, let's find out what's gonna kill us tomorrow.
Or overnight.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to the rest of the party and say, well, that was eventful. Gilgamesh, are you okay? Yeah, you're made of solid heavy metal. I'm sure you're fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, a couple of you look quite hurt. We should probably find somewhere to rest. Do you think one of these buildings is safe enough to rest in?
Potentially one nearer to the entrance.
Preferably one with the roof, if gargoyles are going to be a problem.
We could take up the one at the front of the town, the one that had the heavy door.
And the graffiti?
Yes.
What time of day is it anyway? Is it almost nighttime?
Yeah, it's getting on dusk.
Hmm.
However, the city itself retains a fairly large amount of light thanks to a large lake of lava
Yeah, lava will do that.
that bubbles there to the,
Alright, I'm gonna head back towards the guardhouse then. I assume the others are coming too.
Of course.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
You all go back to the guardhouse and attempting to rest, I take it?
Mm-hmm.
I assume Gilgamesh and I will be on what?
Rest once, twice. Oh!
Uh-oh, that's nice.
The
you know what?
gargoyles are back! And they... By God, it's the gargoyles with steel chairs!
Quick
so,
question, DM.
yes.
Can you describe the guardhouse's exterior? Like, does it have windows, or are we going to have to, like, spend our watches, like, with the door open, or outside? Or...
Yeah, it has small slits for windows, probably about... you would recognize them, being a bow user, even though your bow is different, being embedded in your arm and whatnot. As about bow height slits for windows.
Hmm. Usually those are on elevated areas, like on castle walls, right?
Well, normally, but
in any case, we are able to...
you are able to
To
see
be
out,
on-
yes.
we're
There
able to
is
be
no
on
roof.
surveillance.
There is no
Oh,
roof,
there is no
however.
roof. Oh, that's a problem.
There is no roof, but the building itself is small enough that you feel like there's no way to really be swooped down on from above.
So
Because
it's open roof, but narrow. Gotcha.
Right, because it's only about 10 feet by 30 feet.
Hmm. All right. So the reason of asking was we can do surveillance without having to be outside the
Yeah,
guardhouse.
you're fine.
Okay.
In
So
fact,
what tries to kill us?
the two of you that are still awake, you hear a rustling and a moaning in the bushes outside. And you see a group of zombies shambling up the goat path towards that cave.
I
But
swear
not
to
towards-
God, if they've got a net.
but not towards here.
No, they seem to stop and look at the guardhouse, almost, with that very dumb look that zombies do. But with you having the door closed and nobody making any overt noise or light, they don't notice the party.
Hmm.
You know what, Knock? I'm gonna cut you a deal here. You don't say anything to them. I won't say anything to them. We can kind of just pretend that didn't happen.
We should tell them.
Should
Tell
we?
them. I'll stay watching this side. You stay watching.
I'll watch the other side, but pardon me if I'm not very gung-ho to keep fighting in this city. Didn't exactly ask to be here.
You were made for fighting.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I like it.
That's exactly what you like. What are you talking about?
One of
Didn't
these
you
days you're
meet
gonna...
Tychus through some sort of tournament or fighting of some sort?
The old man and I met on when he was just wandering. That was back when I'd just challenge anything with a pulse to a fight, just to fight. Don't get me wrong, I like a good fight. But this is horrible. I didn't think I'd be out here fighting monsters.
Well, that's kind of what you signed up for by coming.
I didn't want to have to come out here. I didn't think this would be waiting for me. And why the hell are you even here anyway? I don't even know you that well. And the
I
only
know
things I
you well.
know about you are that you like to steal and you like to hide.
Now listen, if this is about that where there was nothing I could have done.
No, I don't care about that. What I care about is you holding this idea of some kind of thought that you're better than me when you don't give a rat's ass about a single person in this shack but yourself.
If that was true, I wouldn't have raised my arm to down the gargoyles carrying me away. I may have missed, but I made the.
Bullshit. You and I both know the second you got a good chance to dip, you're gonna dip.
If I was trying to dip, I would have done that before you arrived.
As soon as you've got a decent payday, you're out of here. You know that leaving now's suicide. And I'm willing to bet if things hadn't turned around with that damn weird boar, you wouldn't exactly have fought to the last.
I mean, you're only technically correct. That's because I couldn't actually hurt the whalebore. That's not to do with my intentions. That's simply matter of fact. I couldn't. If I were fighting that whalebore alone, I would lose 10 times.
I'm done fucking pretending. This fucking sucks. You know it sucks. And there's no way you're planning on tolerating it for much longer.
I plan to tolerate it as long as necessary, and at the moment, I think I can still handle.
Not sure I trust your definition of necessary.
Most people don't trust me. I'm glad that at least these two. I I motion to the two that are asleep. I'm glad that two at least trust me. And
You think the old man trusts you? Took me marrying his damn daughter to trust him. Not even his daughter. It's complicated.
I imagine it must be for a Warforged to marry.
That isn't even the complicated part, you dumbass.
Anyway,
The complicated part is that man. He doesn't trust anyone. He barely trusts me.
He trusts me enough to while he's sleeping. I believe that's one of the largest trusts you could bestow upon someone.
Maybe the old man's getting soft. But he certainly feels a lot more comfortable knowing I'm here.
You think so?
Probably.
Seem to
He
handle
hates
himself.
that I'm here, but he doesn't hate that I'm here because he hates me. Hates that I'm here because the job I had back home's over, and not in the good way.
Your wife died.
Think that old fool's out here for the goodness of his heart. He would be, but he's older than either of us put together, and I'm over 100. That man's seen more action in one day than you'll ever see in your life.
I've had my fair.
You've looked into those red eyes of his. You've seen the things that are behind him.
Can't say I have.
Do you even have eyes? I'm looking at your head. What the fuck is up with you? That's beside the point.
Can I ask you to roll insight really quick?
Sure, fuck it here.
Get another natural one out of the way.
Here's a fucking insight check to figure out what the fuck's up with your head. It's an 11. I have -2 to insight. Congratulations. I don't know shit.
No. So, you get the impression, based on very slight movement of Nock, you get the impression that she's glad you didn't actually ask the question, because she might not actually be exact. It's not like she looked over her own blueprint, we'll say.
Look at the two of us. We were made for specific things, and neither of us are doing what we were made for. We're both proof that we can change. And all I'm saying is that I don't trust you yet. So make an effort. I've been here for 3 days, or however long it's been, I don't know. And all I've seen you do is skulk around, insult me, and not really seem to give a rat's ass about what's actually going on here. But don't pretend for a second that you didn't come here for the payday. You don't give a rat's ass about the humans.
And that's... the payday is not the only thing I'm interested in here. Can I ask you to make another insight check?
It's a 13.
You can tell that she's actually telling the truth.
Then what the hell are you here for?
Same as the others. The Soulmonger, right?
Why do you care? We can't even be brought back from the dead.
I'm not even sure if the Soulmonger affects us.
My flesh can't rot. Does it rust us? That'd be weird.
Can't imagine the Soulmonger, whatever this artifact is. I can't imagine it was designed with Warforged in mind. That was actually how I convinced the others to allow me to join them on this adventure in the first place. I told them that they would need someone to actually handle the Soulmonger. Presumably, Mortal Touch would not be a great idea if
Lord knows I'm not gonna touch that damn thing with anything but a sword.
Still, I
I don't know
met.
when Gilgamesh became Southern, by the way. I'm not sure when this happened, but it's a thing now.
Well, I may have lied a little bit when I said that they would need me to handle the soulmonger for them, because truth be told, I didn't even know. That was just an educated guess.
Well, judging by what's already happened so far, I have a feeling the second we look at it, it'll disintegrate their fucking eyeballs. It's gonna turn Noname into a 10-foot tall fucking elven warlock. It'll have a damn net.
Let's hope for your sake it doesn't have a Gilgamesh.
I found myself to be particularly vulnerable to nets today.
Surprisingly so. I can't imagine you're easy to lift. And for the record, Gilgamesh, we might have our differences, and although I respect you more than when I first laid eyes on you again, I do trust you for what it's worth. I don't trust that you don't have our best intentions in mind. I might not see eye to eye with you, equivalent of eye to you, but I do at least trust you.
I'm here for my friend. Why are you here?
I already answered the question.
No. You answered the question of why you started. Why haven't you left yet?
Because the mission isn't over yet.
Like you care about a mission. Like I care about a mission. We weren't made to do missions. We weren't made to do any of this. So tell me. None of this mission bullshit. Why are you still here? When all that's happened is we've been brushing with death so often, I'm willing to bet he's about to break out the fucking toothpaste.
Side question: What is toothpaste? Is there something mortals?
I don't know. I had to get it at a market once. I don't understand. Teeth are weird.
Now,
You're avoiding the question.
would you believe me if I told you that my occupation requires there to be living mortals to steal from? Is that a good enough answer?
You know, honestly, I think that is.
I do require alive individuals to steal from.
Isn't it easier to steal from dead people?
Well, if they're dead, there's no challenge, is there?
Why do you care?
Can I ask you to make another insight check?
16.
You get the feeling that she's, like, kind of weaseled a technically true answer.
Forget it. I don't care anymore. Watch that damn fucking cave. If you even fucking smell a net, just fucking kill me.
About that. I can't smell, I'm quite sure you...
I can smell. He didn't put smell in you? What the fuck?
My guess would...
Streamlined.
I thought y'all were just taller in Noname. What the fuck? You can't smell that?
No, on our journey, I actually came covered in rotten meat. I'm glad that I wasn't.
Wait,
as well
that's
that,
you?
Apparently.
You still
Oh yeah,
smell like that.
did I actually get washed after that?
Yeah, we washed you. It's just that smell doesn't go away.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't just wash rotten meat away. That's not a thing.
That's you? What the fuck? Did you keep an ear and forget about it? That's you? What the fuck? Why didn't he put smell in you? What did you get instead? Like fucking...
Well, perhaps that's one of the reasons why I weigh a third of your weight.
I mean, that and you don't have the... that and you don't have the hydraulics and other parts necessary to do the strength feats that I do.
In any case, I can't say I understand why you would trust me, Gogo. Again, although I might not show full respect for you, why would you not trust me? I haven't done anything to endanger you or
You
anything.
haven't said anything to me that isn't a thinly veiled insult or an unveiled insult since I got out of that damn crate.
That's not true. We had a bit of a mechanical heart the following night, didn't we?
You have a heart?
It was a figure of speech. Do you have a heart? I don't know, have you looked at your own blueprint? I haven't.
I opened it up once. It's kind of weird, man. There's wood in there.
You have wood inside you.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Some kind of dragonborn engineering technique. I don't get it.
That is very bizarre. That wood was supposed to be lighter than metal. Well, aside from the metal I was making, right?
Yeah, I have to replace it every now and then. It's weird.
That is very weird.
Anyway.
Yeah, that was an interesting double Warforged watch conversation.
I was just sitting here eating Reese's cups, thinking about food.
Were you enjoying the show?
So the zombies eventually make their way up the goat path and enter the cave, and you never see them exit. And morning comes.
Noted. All right. When Tychus and or Noname wake up, when I notice that they're awake at least, I'm going to immediately tell them zombies entered that cave last night.
For the record, they didn't come out.
They did not leave either.
Well, that's their cave then.
Yes, I think we gathered everything we needed to know out of that cave for now.
I'm not so sure. I think we might have to go back there later. We might have to bring puzzle cubes or something. If the graffitis anything go off.
Well, then we'll kill the zombies when we have the puzzle cubes? Puzzle cubes?
Did you not look at this graffiti this whole night, Gilgamesh?
No! I was watching the zombie cave.
I was watching the zombie cave. What were you looking at this entire night?
The zombie cave.
You told me specifically to look at the zombie cave.
Yeah, but what was happening on the other side? I got bored.
Yeah, I bet that'll happen if you're not... Okay. Besides the point. Noname, Tychus, there are zombies in the cave now.
And that's their cave.
Yes.
I'm not in the mood to go back in that cave right now.
Let's continue to investigate the rest of the city then, yes?
Alright.
I was imagining when Gilgamesh said that he hadn't been looking at any of the graffiti, that he was just like staring at a wall on the other side of the building for 8 hours.
So,
that's what I was imagining.
Since I imagine that your marching order typically has Gilgamesh in front at all times now.
Yeah.
I left the Gilgamesh token on the Omu map there to signify where the entire party is.
Okay.
And that means also then, if you would like to do your own moving for the party, Jay, you may.
Is there a staircase down here, or are we just gonna have to slide down this cliff?
I mean, we've descended and ascended past it,
Yeah,
so I don't
there's
think
kind
it's
of a.
trouble.
It's hard to see, but on the north side there's a ramp.
Oh, okay. Alright. There's a couple of buildings here.
Is that where we were when the net situation happened?
Yeah,
Don't say net.
it was in fact where you were when the fish catching device situation happened.
Gilgamesh, what was your trouble with the word net? And I understand it wasn't an experience you wanted, but it wasn't even that big of a deal. The gargoyles even left.
Let's investigate the house with a yellow roof.
Alright then.
Is there a door?
There is a door. Well, there's a doorway.
Is there a door in the doorway?
There's not.
I kind of gathered
inside.
that.
So you peek inside and you see exactly what you would expect from a completely ruined and picked over house.
Let's,
You
for
know.
the sake of argument, that I expect you to tell me what would be in a ruined house.
Okay. So you see that like all the furniture is broken, all the cabinets are open, any chests that were in the house are laying open and dusty inside.
Gilgamesh, has it ever occurred to you how odd it is that so many homes, their valuables and chests specifically?
I'm more wondering who showed up and broke this dude's couch. It's a clean split down the middle. It's like someone did an axe kick in the middle of this guy's fucking couch. Who does this shit?
I
Someone
don't
was
know.
pissed.
You seem like the kind of bot that would do that.
Not anymore.
At one point you were.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I still would, but that's beside the point. I don't axe kick couches without a reason.
Well,
Quote of the
Do you-
day.
Is that the episode title?
Axe
kicking.
kicking couches.
yeah. Well, Gilgamesh, would you like to see if you're still capable of axe kicking a couch if you so desired?
This one's already. This one came pre-kicked. There's no point.
Do it on one of the halves then.
No. The structural integrity is already compromised. If I kick it somewhere else, it'll be weaker.
It's
It doesn't prove
already.
anything.
Sorry, it's split in clean half.
It's not split clean in half. You can look here. See, look at it. Why are we doing this? What the fuck? Is there anything of value in here? Who was looking?
I guess I'll do an investigation check.
Yeah, me too. I imagine that I wasn't even looking at you during this conversation. I was looking elsewhere.
Okay, cool. I see nothing.
Can I roll too?
Absolutely. Go for it.
I was just humoring you while I looked around. That is a 22.
That is a 22, but despite all of your knowledge of valuable things, you see absolutely nothing that looks remotely valuable in this place.
Well, it certainly looks like this place was picked clean.
One of these houses has to have something in it. Let's go next door.
Gilgamesh, we're not going to look at every single house. Let's go a little deeper where it's less likely to be picked clean.
Alright. Well.
There must be hundreds of buildings in here.
Hey, here's a Grand Parkway. Is that a lava-filled chasm?
Gilgamesh, that's not new. That's been there.
What? I didn't see
You said the same thing when we came close to Omu.
I absolutely do not remember saying that.
It's a little hard to miss, especially at night.
Well, let's go look at this tiny hut.
What is this tiny hut anyway?
I don't know, it's at the edge of the thing. Did this guy ever have a backyard?
That tiny hut.
If he used to have a
Ew.
backyard, he doesn't anymore.
It's full of bees.
That tiny
Bees?
hut is just a tiny hut.
It's only bees.
There are not, in fact, bees in the tiny hut. There's
Mm.
just a tiny hut.
It's not a tiny hut that's a beehive.
There is a doorway.
Who took all the doors? These are the fucking hoodlums. They're taking the doors and axe kicking all the couches.
I'm gonna head in and investigate.
Can't have shit, Nomu.
Some
Oh, there we
motherfucker
go,
at
now I
home who
found
stole my
shit.
goddamn front door.
Yo, kids, I found shit this time.
Did you?
In the
Roll a
tiny
nat 20.
in the tiny hut.
You found an unaxe kicked out couch. The last of its kind.
An endangered species.
Yeah, you find a couch that hasn't been split in two.
Sweet.
It's missing two legs, however, so it leans.
Damn it!
Is that the nat 20 investigation of the tiny hut?
That is.
I'm gonna
To be
roll
fair,
athletics
this
to axe
is-
kick the couch.
Whoever came through Omu must have really hated
That's
couches.
a 17. Do I fuck up the couch?
So you bring your heel down on the couch.
If this couch is a
And-
fucking mimic,
Couch.
I'm gonna fucking drive to wherever the fuck you live and I'm gonna beat you to death with my bare hands.
Wait,
Don't-
didn't tell me you had bare hands.
Don't threaten me with a good time. No, but you more than split the couch in twain, you split it into about 6 asymmetrical pieces.
See, I knew you still had it in you.
It was
I investigate
apparently
the couch
already
for
an old couch.
I investigate the couch for loot.
You find
A bunch of cotton.
you find 3 copper, 1 silver, and a bunch of lint.
There was actually money in the couch.
Well,
It's a little weird that this ancient city has denominations of our current currency, but I'm not gonna complain.
That is very odd.
you do
Somebody
notice
must have sat on the couch.
you do notice that the imprints on the coins are different from anything you've ever seen.
Do you think
that the-
merchants would accept this currency?
I'm gonna take one of the couch cushions, put it in my adventuring bag, and I'm going to turn around to leave.
I don't think that can fit.
You
They're couch cushions, you can scrunch them up.
I think we've had different kinds of couches.
Like
Wait.
the ones where you can take the cushions off? Like, yeah, you can
Wait a
scrunch that
minute.
up.
Wait, hang on. Are you talking about the cushions you sit on, or the throw pillows?
No, the ones on the back. Like,
What?
you've never had a couch with back cushions?
Alright, I know what you're talking about, but as you scrunch it up to fit in your bag, you cover all of your belongings in couch pillow dust. And it just kind of disintegrates.
It just kind of falls apart.
Yeah, all of your belongings are now covered in couch pillow dust.
My hubris.
In your
Mine too was
hubris.
great.
Hey, on the bright side, you don't have to.
Alright, gentlemen, the mission's over. Let's return to base.
On the
I'm
bright side,
gonna
you don't
Fulton
have
the rest
to.
of this couch out of here.
On the bright side, you don't have to breathe that dust.
Alright, we're gonna leave the tiny hut, the resting place of the last couch. This one looks like a square. That could be fun.
Gilgamesh, are we really going to investigate every single house?
Yes.
You once again walk into a house of nothing but ruined furniture, open cabinets, etc., etc. This house, however, has about an inch thick layer of dust on everything.
Gilgamesh, take it from someone who's an expert in
You
breaking
don't want
in.
to find these damned puzzle cubes or what?
Gilgamesh, take it from someone who's a master at breaking and entering. Looking in every single house in the city is not going to be very productive.
More
And-
importantly, we don't have a good way to get over to that circular area on the other side of the city yet. So I'm wondering if
Guess
there
we-
might be some kind of secret passageway.
I've considered walking. You and I, we can probably walk straight through the water. Not sure about the other two, though.
if I remember correctly, there was another temple-like building over here, so we should probably at least go look at that. We can even walk on the sidewalk.
Wait, question. DM, is this not a bridge right here?
That is a method of crossing. I don't know that I would call it a bridge.
Oh. What is it?
Probably just 2 wood planks, dickhead.
You'll know when you see it, when you get there.
Well, I imagine that we're probably gonna walk
Walking
down.
down the main boulevard.
Yeah, we're probably seeing it just now.
Well, there's some shit to describe to you that you're gonna walk past.
Okay.
On the way there, so...
So, what are we seeing as we walk down Main Street here?
So that's actually a perfect spot to put yourself for. So you look, as you look to your left there, you see smoke drifting lazily from a walled compound. The gate there against, or facing the major boulevard that you're walking down, lies in splinters and scorch marks deface the buildings.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and hazard a hunch here. That happened recently.
I was about to say that.
We are not alone in this cursed-ass city.
Well, we already knew that. You were just about carried away by 2...
And
I honestly just think they were just part of the jungle, man. This place wants to kill us.
if
I've never
everyone,
seen a creature made of stone in the jungle.
if everyone could give me a perception check, please.
Well, maybe you're just not looking hard enough. You don't know what kind of fun is out here. I saw a dinosaur the size of a building.
High rolls on the when everyone gets
Alright.
a high roll.
I
mean,
haven't
we're
even
looking.
rolled Tychus yet.
Tychus, everybody's okay. So everybody hears from among one of the scorch marked, or from the among the scorch marked buildings in the compound, a voice just calling very weakly, "Help!" and alternating between that and a very guttural language that none of you understand.
From
But
the same voice.
yes, the same voice.
So are we gonna go in there, or Tychus just shoves Gilgamesh aside and starts walking in? Alright, I get it. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Alright.
follow as well.
Same.
Alright, so near the center of the compound, you see a plaza that's littered with charred human corpses. One of the corpses is currently being torn apart by a pack of wild dogs. But you keep hearing the voice calling for help from among the buildings there, again to your, assuming you're facing in towards the compound from the gate, to your left.
Where the build? So the dogs are in a building, correct?
No, the dogs are like in this, you see where the domed building is in the center?
Oh,
They're kinda in that courtyard area.
because if they were in the building, I was wondering if we could just close the door on them.
You hear again, this time first in the guttural language, and then in common, the cries for help.
I'm gonna continue to follow Tychus.
Yeah, Tychus
Yeah.
is just heading towards that voice.
We're all following.
Alright. As you, as you follow towards the voice, you pass an effigy of a glaive that's been thrust into the remains of a burned-out pyre. Charred snake skulls and blackened inhuman vertebrae are lashed to the spear. On a wall nearby, a symbol has been daubed in ash, a snake curled in a spiral, gripping a circle in its jaws.
See, guys, that was way too detailed to not be important. Write that down.
I already wrote stuff down, someone else's.
You also, you see the torso of you see the torso of a dwarf sticking out from amid a half-collapsed building.
That doesn't
And
look good.
you hear it, or you hear the dwarf as the source of the calling for help.
Well, Tychus is immediately going to head over and like look at the poor bastard.
Was the other language they were speaking, was that Dwarvish?
It was not.
Huh.
It kind of, I say guttural, it kind of sounded like a bullfrog.
Well, anyway, this dwarf has an entire collapsed building on him, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Like buried up to his nipples in collapsed building.
Well, we're just gonna go ahead and just gonna have Tychus and Gilgamesh attempt to lift it off him.
Okay, give me an athletics check. Either with advantage from one of them, or one from each, and we'll do...
I'm gonna have Tychus do it with disadvantage since he's got a stronger value.
You mean with advantage?
Yeah.
And you're gonna roll 2 16s. Well done.
That's doubles. I get to roll again, right?
No, this is not Monopoly.
This is not Monopoly. And Monopoly is a far more forgiving game than Tomb. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, it is not. Monopoly
I don't
is
think it
garbage.
is, actually. I think it's about on par.
Well, okay, capitalism is pretty rude.
Fortune Street is a way better financial board game.
It's also about as forgiving as Monopoly, but we don't like to talk about that.
Anyway, so you successfully free the dwarf from
His Tomb of Annihilation.
From his tomb of rocks.
Go fuck yourself, Bunsen.
Yeah, also, yes, go fuck yourself, Bunsen.
Wow.
I love you, but damn it.
Bryn, come on, you have to be on my side here, or else everyone's against me.
I'm just like holding you over the pit and holding everyone else over the pit of like lava, and I just let you go.
That was actually where Gilgamesh was headed.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Oh, shit. Why the pit of lava? That seems silly. What the fuck was the motivation there?
Seems one of the best ways to. This seems like one of the best ways to dispose of a robot. Have you ever seen Terminator?
Anyway, and the dwarf looks up at you and, oh, thank you so much, and then just immediately passes out.
I wanna check he health.
Can you drag him out from underneath here so we can put this shit down first?
I mean, yeah, of course.
So, still alive, not dead, just very much asleep. You feel like suffering from a number of levels of exhaustion. If you'd like, you can give me a medicine check to determine precisely how many, but it's pretty obvious that he's exhausted. 16, so you know that roughly around the 3rd level of exhaustion.
Ooh. Glad we got here when we did.
Hang on, I'm just look up a table with the levels of exhaustion really quick.
Because I think it's 4.
6, you die in the 6.
Yeah, 6 is insta-gib.
Yeah, level 1, disadvantage on ability checks. Level 2, speed halved. 3, disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. 4, hit point maximum halved. 5, speed reduced 0. 6, death. So,
Yeah, you think you hate Tomb, but it's actually written to fucking make you keep track of water And without appropriate water, you start suffering exhaustion levels in the jungle.
Well,
To be
good thing
fair,
half the party doesn't even drink water.
That's true, but
I'm gonna be frank here. If I ever play with a DM who's like after we've started, like, oh, by the way, track food and water, I'm disconnected from that call.
I would like to point out that even then that wouldn't have been a problem because the two actual flesh and blood characters who don't have to eat or who can have to eat and drink and everything, those two characters are literally trained woods people who can just find food and water.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's a thing.
So even then that wouldn't have been an issue.
Anyway, you've found a dwarven person who's now passed out and super
Oh.
exhausted.
Well, are we going to carry him with us, or I don't think there's anywhere aside from with us that we could leave him, especially not with those dogs around.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna have Gilgamesh pick him up and just kind of carry him under his arm.
That's exactly what I was going to suggest, actually.
Okay, Gilgamesh has the football.
Don't call him football.
His name is
His
Football
name is
now.
now Football.
Yes,
Yeah.
Football the dwarf, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that's sad. He has a name too.
No, he
I
doesn't.
imagine-
Well,
His
he
name's
does.
Football.
I'm now imagining that his name
Yeah,
is
you know what
like...
else had a name? Book.
That's fair.
I'm imagining that his name is like Food Balrog, but we're just calling him Football.
Yeah,
So,
Football.
I assume you pretty well keep your distance from the dogs.
hmm
Okay. And
I mean,
what else?
2/5 of the people here aren't even appetizing to them.
That's true. I don't know. They might mistake you for Bones for a second.
Well, they'd be very quickly disappointed.
At any rate,
And maybe break their teeth. I don't know.
very plausible.
Tom Sawyer cartoon.
What
So
was that?
you have this dwarf with you now. Do you continue wandering about the city while they sleep, or do you?
Yeah, I mean, Gilgamesh is gonna keep going. If anybody else has an objection, like, Tychus is more worried about finding the Soulmonger. He's kind of getting, like, destination... He's kind of getting summit fever. Of course, because he doesn't know that, he can't... We're not even close. But, fucking, he doesn't care. So if anybody else has an objection...
I'm not. I don't have to carry football, so I don't. Just don't attempt a touchdown. That's not gonna go well.
All right. So you're gonna keep exploring the city
Mm-hmm.
with the football in your possession.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go then from here?
North,
Well,
probably,
the
right?
plan was to, I guess the dogs are just busy, and we're gonna go up this way, and then we're gonna start making our way this way.
Downtown.
Making your way that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
That wouldn't
So
have any
you,
healing water over there, would it?
I don't know. Might be. So you actually find that the city is quite quiet at this time of day. And you move through kind of a green area that was never built upon. Around the walls of that compound that you found the football in. Are you going to keep heading that way?
Yep, just keep heading with the football.
Cool. So, pretty uneventful until the time that you reach the waters that Bunsen was asking about. At which
Sharks.
point, the dwarf in Gilgamesh's arms wakes up. And starts kind of gibbering excitedly in common. This is This is one of them. This... We never found this one. It was right outside. I can see the walls of where we were staying.
Oh, you're awake?
Calm down, man. What are you talking about?
This is one of the shrines.
Should I put you down? Are you okay?
Put me down, but I'll sit.
Set him down right in the water.
Oh no! Did you put it in the water? Did you put the?
I don't think so.
No.
I was joking.
No, I just set him on the ground.
I was like, why do you
Okay,
make that
thank fuck.
noise?
To be perfectly fair, I dropped him, but
Alright, fair. Okay. Whew.
So, definitely, note to self, definitely not healing. I think it's unhealing water.
Oh, I'm sorry. I never properly thanked you for saving me.
don't worry about it.
My name is Orvex.
Hello.
I was hired by the Red Wizards of Thay to join their expedition and act as a translator here in Omu for them.
And I've never heard of any Red Wizards of Thay.
Well, only the most powerful are left now after what the Yuan Ti did where we were staying. You saw the aftermath.
We had a run-in with the Yuan-Ti ourselves.
But as I was saying, as you carried me here, this is one of the shrines. This is where you can find one of the puzzle cubes.
You didn't find this one? This one was like, there's literally a path to it. There's even a whole staircase.
We just arrived in the city, but days ago, and were immediately set upon.
How many people are in this goddamn jungle?
Fewer now that most of us are dead.
Well, yeah, we did kill a couple guys too, didn't we?
Not sentient. Cool. I don't.
Oh yeah, cool. Me neither.
I don't know why that response you had was really funny. It's like, oh, in that case, yeah, I haven't.
All right. But this, you know about the 9 gods, right? Why else would you be here?
We're here investigating the Soulmonger artifact that appears to be affecting those that have been revived from the dead across the world.
Yes, we wish to research that as well. That's why we have to visit these shrines. Can I tell you the legend behind these shrines?
Wait. I've only been in this jungle half as long as you guys, and I'm already sick of this shit. You're telling me that we got to the sacred city, and now we gotta do 9 more other things? Wait, small man, how many of these cubes you got on you?
Well, the wizards had found 2 before the attack.
Alright, good, we just gotta do 7 and then kill all the snake guys.
We need the 7 Chaos Cube.
And I don't know how many the wizards might have found.
Bunsen, I'm putting a Darknet hit on you tonight.
Why? I'm not allowed to have an occasional joke?
No.
But
Is this because you're salty about getting netted and also rolling like 2 natural 1?
do you even know why we're here, besides the Soulmonger?
cannot say that we
Do you-
do know.
Do you
I
know
kinda thought they
the
would
Do you
just
know
be
the
you.
key to the puzzles?
No, but we
There's-
found a bunch of graffiti in the guardhouse near the entrance. Mentioned something of the sort.
And Orvex, obviously not as much of a fighter as he is a scholar. You kind of see him assume teacher mode, despite the fact that he's sitting on the ground in front of you.
And he recovers all 3 levels of exhaustion because he enters teacher mode.
Briefly, not permanently, but you know. I'm pretty sure teachers just exist at 3 levels of exhaustion. At least in America. Anyway. Allow me to tell you the story of the 9 trickster gods. They aren't heard of outside of Omu. Their worship died with the Omuans who died here. And long ago, the god Ubtao hardened his heart and vowed to weep for the people of Omu no longer. The rains stopped, the jungle withered and died, and death swept through Omu.
The jungle looks fine to me.
One morning, a wise Zorbo emerged from her hollow tree and spoke to the dying Omuans.
What the fuck is a Zorbo?
A Zorbo is actually the drop bear.
Yeah.
You actually
Oh,
know
yeah,
that.
but Gilgamesh wasn't here for that.
Yeah,
I thought Gilgamesh was here for the second one.
I don't remember that.
even so, it's not like we would have learned their name magically.
Well, that's
Dude,
fair.
two nights ago was like 3 months ago at this point, okay?
Yeah,
A wise Zorbo emerged from her hollow tree and spoke to the dying Omuans. To convince Ubtao of their worth, she decided to cook him a stew made from all their good qualities. Catching such virtues wouldn't be easy, so she asked a wily Almiraj to help her. The Almiraj snuck recklessness into the pot, which she saw as a virtue, and Ubtao spat out the stew when he tasted it. From that day on, Obalako the Zorbo and Ijin the Almiraj became terrible enemies. And I will paste this story as text in the Discord so that you don't have to write it.
Hmm.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, which for the record, the snake portrait thing earlier, I wrote that down.
Fair. Also, but for the record, this tale will help you with things. So, you'll want to save it after I copy it over. But... Or it has the potential to help you with things anyway, I guess, depending on how well you interpret it. Anyway, moving on with our tale. From that day on, Obalaka the Zorbo and Ijin the Almiraj became terrible enemies. At noon, a brave Commodon hopped down from her rock. She saw the evil in the Omuans' hearts, and decided to lance it like a troublesome boil. The Commodon fashioned a holy spear, but she left it by the riverbank, and a crafty grung stole it. In her rage, Shigambi the Commodon forgot all about the Omuans, and chased Nang Nang the grung forever across the sky. When evening came, a wily Eblis stepped from his reed hut. He didn't like the Omuans, but without them he'd have no one to play his tricks on. The Eblis sent a marsh frog to reason with Ubtao, but the frog was angry and decided to wrestle the god instead.
That's the bit that has me just the way you delivered that. But the frog was angry, so he decided to wrestle the god instead.
This
motherfucker's gonna croak!
This amused Ubtao,
Fair enough.
so he gave the
It's just
frog
you.
tentacles to make it stronger.
As you do.
When Kubazan the
Sounds about
Frog
right.
Hemoth returned to Papazodal the Eblis, he chased Papazodal into the swamp with his new tentacles. That night, a Sioux monster broke into Ubtau's palace and stole a pail of water for the Omuans. When the god came running to find it, the Sioux monster hid the pail in a Jaculi's burrow. Ubtau asked the jungle animals where his water was hidden, and Moa the Jaculi was too honest to lie. When Wongo the Sioux monster found out how Moa had betrayed him, he vowed to catch the Jaculi and eat him up.
Wongo the Sioux monster.
All the while, Unk the flail snail lived deep under the earth.
So is this entire language just hilarious, or is this just a particularly funny story?
I forgot about flail snails.
The noise of the other animals fighting made her slither up to the surface.
That was such a good pause. Like, the brief pause and then the continue of the story without acknowledging. That was so
The noise of the other animals fighting made her slither up to the surface, and when day dawned over her shell, the light blinded Ubtau and made his eyes water. Life returned to Omu, and the people built shrines to honor the animals who'd saved them. And that, my friends, is the legend of the 9 gods.
Flail
So
snail.
Nock was looking right at him as he said his whole story, and after a brief pause, says, "I apologize, but I don't know half the words you just said. Do you have this in parchment?"
So what you're saying is there's 9 gods, and we're gonna have to solve puzzles.
Yes, something like that.
Ridley, though, do you have the story you told in parchment?
I'm sorry, I do have it in parchment here. Let me... And...
Well, there's no way
Well-
that one of these damn puzzles isn't in here.
I can't really dig through my bag very well, but you're welcome to go through it. It's got... There's only one scroll in there, and it's got all my notes from translating things that we've found in the city.
I'll go ahead and oblige the offer and get the parchment version of the story he told.
Okay, it's over 2,000 characters. I gotta split it.
You posted it to like a Google
Yeah,
Drive.
it certainly sounded like there were more than 2,000 characters in that fucking story.
Alright, and it is, we are right at about a 2-hour runtime.
Yeah.
And we definitely do not have time for where you're standing.
Alright,
So-
guys, make sure to tune in next time when I roll a nat 1 in the Tomb of the Monkey Scrote and get my entire dick ripped off. This has been Tomb of Annihilation from With Disadvantage. We will see you guys whenever the next fucking show is.
It's Saturday.
It's Saturday, and what's the game?
It's PJ's new
Celestial
game.
Crisis.
Yeah.
It's PJ's new game. Get ready for a dick-slapping adventure on Saturday with all your favorite people that aren't me, which is just your favorite people, because everybody who listens to this shit hates